Welcome back, everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Cafe Enchante. Starting Mysyr's route, he is the last boy that we have yet to romance. Compared to the other routes, Misyr has a lot more chapters. Actually, I was looking at a little like non-spoilery dialogue walkthrough, and there's 6 chapters. So it's, on average, bigger than your typical 4-chapter route that we've seen with the other boys. So yeah, last episode we skipped through the main chapters and picked the dialogue choices in order to get funneled into Mysyr's route, and now we're starting chapter 1. So let's begin. We have silence. More silence. I wake up with a throbbing pain in my hand. Did you sleep on it? Alright, we're throwing us into this world. Who is this? No. More accurately, I wasn't asleep. I didn't actually feel pain. I don't know who this is, so I'm not gonna put the weird growly voice I usually do. Or they're burned by a demon beast's flames. Or cut apart by a black knight's sword. Or pierced by a fallen angel's light. I wouldn't feel pain after all this time. They're like referencing the other characters. That's right. Exactly right. Pain and suffering. Feeling such things as nothing more than the distant past for me now. That's why the misery of my voice will not the misery of my voice not reaching her. The despair of my hand being turned away. The difficulty breathing when I saw his face as he happily spoke of her. I shouldn't feel anything. I'm back, everyone! Who dis? Is this Misyr? Phew! It's been bustling today. We started tasting the new menu items. But Canis has a dull sense of taste. Ignis doesn't care about anything besides meat. And both Il and Karya are picky eaters. So me and Rindo were the only ones able to give a decent evaluation. First off, I ate way too much. He, without waiting for a reply from anyone, relaxes his cheeks and starts talking. The same story he's told countless times. With a gentle aroma of coffee wafting about, he talks about a girl who owns a cafe, where a great variety of non-humans hang around. No matter how badly I yearn, I can't reach it. He speaks about a different, distant world. These days, she's growing used to running Enchante. She really is an odd girl. On the surface, you'd think she would be just an average human. But no matter when, no matter who comes, she's there at the counter. For any non-human visiting from another world, she welcomes them with a smile. She gives us a warm place to belong. Each time I hear the story, my chest throbs. Why? Why is he the only one saved? He's a liar. With unforgivable falsehoods, he covers up his body. A traitor who has no possible salvation. Yet why it was only him Why? What's different? Why? What did I do wrong? Why? What am I missing? Why? 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 Why can't it be me who gets to visit Enchante and smile? Drawn by a sound, I look up at the sky. With a sharp creak, the sky cracks and something falls far off. Seeing a little smoke rise in the distance, he looks over towards it. Another guest. Lately, there's been a lot more. I mean, I'm guessing this is Misyr because he keeps talking about the cafe. The Spar toy incident, the arms incident. I looked into it quite a bit, but in the end, I found out nothing. It's my homeland, yet all the unknowns are troubling. As he says this, I watch his back as he walks off. I say with a voice that will reach nobody. I've tried countless times to reach you. I've tried countless times to speak. I've tried countless times to seek you. Yet, as expected, he doesn't even notice my voice, and he doesn't turn to face me. I already know. As long as I am me, the day of my salvation will never come. That's right. As long as I am me. I'm you. I for you. I to you. All right. Where are we back to now? Where are we? I'm already so confused. Under the investigations of the GPM, among the countless other worlds said to exist. Much like the Beast World, Bestia, with its warlord meritocracy, there is a world still shrouded in mystery, with a Demon King holding dominion over a singular social order. The Demon World, Asmodia. In its center sits the fortress of the Demon King, known as the Demon King Castle. Oh, we're in the Demon World. In its halls, the heads of each house gather, meeting and speaking to each other face to face. Demon A. Hey, did you hear? The village on the outskirts of the Desert of No Return vanished. What? Didn't hear that one. A wild dragon got it, huh? You idiot. I said it vanished. It wasn't destroyed in an attack. It disappeared without a trace overnight. Just completely. As though it was plucked out, land and all. What? Oh no! Not again. A village around there just disappeared last week. A masculine giant with 4 arms. A demon with a lion's face and twisted horns. The demons of various forms speak of only one subject in chorus. Cryptic fissures appear with an earthquake, the land around them sucked in, destroyed. The disasters occur across the demon world, and everyone grimaces at the news. At this rate, aren't we in grave danger? What's the Demon King saying about it? About that, according to the rumors. Then, when the other demon begins to speak. Demon King's aide, take heed all! The Demon King's aide enters the hall and raises his voice to the gathered demons. As you know, Demon World Asmodia is now facing a crisis. Constant fissures forming in space. The villages sucked in and annihilated have now exceeded 10 in number. The large hall hushes at this news. After acknowledging the silence, he continues his announcement. However, do not worry. To face this unprecedented situation, the Demon King has made a decision. Ahead of this demon world's destruction, he shall seek a new land in another world. Whoa, whoa, whoa! So, we're gonna invade another world? I'm up for an invasion, but where will we attack? The heads gathered in the hall erupt at the sudden declaration. Perhaps hearing their responses, the Demon King's aide speaks sternly. The Demon King has said, the heavenly world is spooky, so pass. The fairy world has no wormhole. The beast world? I can't handle the cold. I see. Sounds like the Demon King, alright. He's very frank about it. So what other world is there? Our target has already been decided. A world with about as much space as ours, with inhabitants that seem pretty weak. And one we can get to pretty easily. Our target is the human world. Uh-oh, wait. Misyr, what are you doing? Now, brave demon warriors, sharpen your claws and raise your tails! We're already in danger. Alright, back to Katane's perspective. Misyr. You've let your guard down, foolish humans. Not knowing it was all part of my plot, your belief in me to be your friend was the height of foolishness. You lie. I can't believe it. To think you were the Demon King. You were a fool. Hero Kororo. Your trusting heart is what killed your friend, Playboy Rindo. It's all a joke. In the lazy Saturday sunlight. Today's customers are currently one pair, a Demon King and an angel. You two, sorry for the interruption, but we're bringing your order over now. Could you pause your game for a while? The two are gazing at the game console, and when I speak to them... Huh? It's ready already. Thanks. It seems the faster observation of time while playing games is the same phenomenon, regardless of genre. The two who were excitedly reading the game aloud put their play on pause, as I asked. Here we are, your float ill. And Misyr's usual blend, here. Along with Karya, a very good helper now, we place the items in front of the two. Hey, you're making a lot of noise. What game were you even playing? For one of the Otome game ill likes, the content seemed kind of unsettling, didn't it? Haha, this is exactly an RPG aimed at women that was released just the other day. It has romance components, allowing you to swoon anyone and everyone you want, from villagers to monsters, any character. That does sound like a really adventurous game in many ways, Question mark? That's too many options, though. Is that even manageable? QQ! Although the origin of the hero Koro's name seem happy to be part of the cast. I heard that it had a Demon King character, so I asked to try it a little bit myself, and it's surprisingly interesting. Demon King does as he pleases. He can trick and sneak attack on friends, or even curse lakes and turn them into lakes of death. Yuck. How would you even develop romance with someone like that? Suddenly, Il, who seemed to be saving the game data, raises his head. Yes, but this game's Demon King is truly evil. He's atrocious. That's my impression of him. Compared to him, Misyr doesn't seem much like a Demon King. What? No way! I'm shocked! Am I really that dignified? Now that you mention it. I don't know about dignified, but you're right. He doesn't seem atrocious at all, does he? He says kind of unsettling things sometimes, but that's just Misyr's sense of humor. He's usually just the carefree Demon King as he seems right now. Although I know very well that he has ridiculous power. For example, at Amasaki Island, near my hometown, where the Curry tribe lives. The big incident the other day, when a fissure opened in the sky above the island, and that bony spar toy appeared. There's no mistake that it was resolved thanks to Misyr's power. With everyone's help, that form he took playing that beautiful tune. It was less like a Demon King, and more like something divine. Thinking back on it now, that musical performance was beautiful. Harriet tilts his head at me as I thought. Oh, I was just thinking about what happened. About Amasaki Island. The Haniwa Island. Oh right, those are the little clay figures, right? Yeah, in the end, I never figured out the reason why the gate suddenly threw me out there. Or the true identity of the Spar toy, or the arm that we saw then. Maybe because it was too shocking. Even now, I see it in my dreams. The giant fissure cuts into the sky. And, as though reaching for something, those creepy arms. Perhaps noticing my face turn a little pale. There haven't been any abnormalities after that. I understand you're concerned, but you don't need to worry so much. The GPM deployed staff to that island, and they've been investigating it. If they find anything, Rindo will tell us. Yeah, I think so too. Nothing good will come of just thinking about things we don't understand. With Misyr's cue, everyone smiles at me like this. But, considering his notice of such a small change in me, Misyr doesn't really seem like an evil Demon King at all. Yeah, thanks. I smile as I think this. As everyone said, that incident is already resolved. I need to change my mood. Right as I thought this, utensils set on the table start to clatter on their own. That moment, The shop shakes violently. The tremor is so big, it's hard to stay standing. Uh-oh. Chairs, tables, shelves, everything dances in unison. The tremor shakes my body. The furniture jumps like it's possessed. I can't endure the shaking anymore. And when I'm about to fall over... Okay, calm down. Misyr lightly snaps his fingers. The furniture that was dancing around so much suddenly stops moving like it was all a lie. At the same time, my body feels gently supported by something I can't see, and my accident is avoided. Ha! That was such a shock! Thanks, Misyr. You're welcome, or so he must have thought. Misyr sips his coffee like nothing happened at all. Then Karya, who had escaped into the... who had escaped into the air with Il. I thought he flew. But no, Il was just carrying him. Lands, all nervously looking around. That earthquake was really big. Yeah, thanks to Misyr, nothing in the shop broke, but... who knows about other places? You know, just in case, we might want to look around. Then I'll check the kitchen. I'm worried about the gas line. Yeah, please do. Very responsible, Karya. Being quite familiar with its layout, Karya disappears into the kitchen, then... Are you okay, Il? Yes, my body has no injuries. I was floating in the air with Karya. Okay. That's good to hear. But I have another concern for you, Il. Do you think your room might be a total disaster now? Like, your mountain of goods. Oh, right. What? Il's face instantly goes pale and he flies off to his room. Alright then. Should we go look outside? It would be dangerous if any pots broke. Luckily, the earthquake didn't warp the door and make it unopenable. With Misyr's help, I push open the door leading outside. Along with the bright sunlight, what jumped into our sight was... Oh, what the... Wait, a wormhole? As though ripped by a claw. A crack running through the ground. We're not even 20 minutes in, guys. Huh? My eyes go wide and I hold my breath. You're kidding. I know it was a big earthquake, but for a crack like this to form... No, that's not it! Huh? This is no mere crack in the ground! Much like before. No, with far more strength than the big earthquake earlier, Misyr pulls me to his chest. That moment, in the place where I was right before Misyr pulled me. We got a little glitch here? CBI E greater than K? Question mark. With a groan, it looks like an undead hand crawls out. Ah! That was... well, totally different in size. Just like what I saw on Amasaki Island. Just before the fingertips reach me. Don't touch her! Misyr immediately swings his hand and blows the arm away. Pound key, pound key, pound key. With a cacophony, the arm disappears and the fissure there in the ground slowly begins to close. All I can do is stare in confused silence. That just now... an arm like we saw on Amasaki Island, right? Why did that appear in front of Enchante? Newscaster. On to our next story. Train routes will be disrupted due to the earthquake today at around 14:30. Whoa. Everything on is about the earthquake. It was a very large earthquake after all. Luckily, there was almost no damage here. Indeed. I was playing with the kids from the neighborhood at the time, and it was troubling when some began to cry. Speaking of crying, some of the precious goods in my room have fallen over. A grieving ill stares into a tablet he holds as everyone exchanges words. That night, after the sudden earthquake, all the regulars had been in the human world at the time, and they had all had a taste of the intense shaking. After distributing some post-meal coffee and juice to everyone, I was also watching the news myself. When it goes to commercial, I sit next to Misyr, in a position where I can see the tablet. So, did you really see one of those arms from back on Amasaki Island? Yeah, it disappeared really quickly, so I have no proof, but I saw it, along with her. There's no mistaking it. A mysterious wormhole and arm from Amasaki Island appeared at this shop. This is too convenient to be a coincidence. As though everyone thought the same thing, a pondering silence runs between all of us. And as though interrupting that silence, the commercial ends. The newscaster on the screen resumes the news. We brought on a professor with expertise in today's earthquake. Let's speak to him right away. Doctor, you've been saying that today's earthquake has characteristics that's never been seen. That's why I'm having trouble with the sentence, that have never been seen. University professor. Yes, we were quite surprised. One could say that such thing has never been observed before in history. I presume everyone knows this, but normally earthquakes occur due to stresses in the plates of the Earth's crust. However, this earthquake accompanied no plate movement, and the seismic waves created by the earthquake display abnormal numbers. So, this wasn't a normal earthquake. Yes, as a scientist... I'm not sure if this expression is quite correct, but... the entire world itself shook. That's the impression that I have. Quite a bold opinion for a scientist. It was rather unscientific. Yeah, this coming from a headless knight whose whole existence is unscientific. Well, in regards to that, I am certain the existence of demons, angels, and all non-humans falls under that category. As everyone exchanges jokes, what I think about, of course, is the incident on Amasaki Island. Before, it was near my hometown, and this time, it was in front of the shop. It's as though this phenomenon has some connection to me. A vague sense of unease fills my chest, like something frightening is slowly getting closer. Terrible premonitions swirl around in my mind. After finishing washing the last cup, I sigh. I thought today would just be a normal day. But suddenly, all the conversations became scary. Back at Amasaki Island, that abnormal event happened in the sky and it was at a comfortable distance. I was more surprised than anything, so I wasn't terrified in the same way. But seeing that arm again, directly and up close, makes me tremendously uneasy. Even if I tried to sleep, it's clear that I wouldn't be able to. I should get some fresh air. When I exit into the backyard, the cool wind I was seeking immediately graces my cheeks. But when I gaze out at the pretty well-ordered yard, at any moment now, that fissure could open up. My imagination plays out horrible scenarios. Coming outside had the opposite effect. Imagining how frightening that could actually be, I returned to the shop when... This is Misyr. Oh, you're leaving already, princess. Okay, the starry sky is beautiful. Why not enjoy it just a little more? Just then, just coming out of the entrance, Misyr greets me with a smile. Misyr, what's wrong? Thought you'd be in the demon world by now. Normally you'd be right, but I was more concerned about you. Are you worried about what happened today? Leisurely yet directly, he presents this question. Let's be honest. Let's say I'm really scared. Katone is scared. Get just swallowed up by a hole. That is a terrifying thought. You're just going about your day, and all of a sudden, a gaping maw just opens up underneath you, and you're gone. Yeah, I'm feeling really scared. When I think about something like that happening near Enchante again, I mean, thankfully nothing was damaged, but what if people like Karya or other visitors would have gotten hurt? Enchante, as its owner, I know I should be more dignified. I thought I'd gotten really used to the strange days with non-humans and other worlds. Aside from the taste of coffee and cooking, in this special cafe, the owner of Enchante needs to be able to adapt after all. I start to feel disappointed in myself for being scared. I mean, can you really adapt to that? But Misyr. Does that really matter? It's not undignified to be afraid. Huh? As though wiping away my unease, he lets out a cheerful grin. What's scary is scary. What's unsettling is unsettling. It's fine to feel that way. Is that really true? Yeah, also, troubles like this, beyond human knowledge, are why last bosses like me are here. Don't hold back. Just say, "Help me, Misyr." It'd make me happy if you asked that. I can't help but smile at his silly attitude of his. What? Is that how I sound? A perfect impression, right? What? It was terrible. As I chuckle, he smiles again. Before I knew it, the darkness permeating my chest had disappeared somewhere. Do you feel a little more at ease? Yes, thank you. To be honest, I was just scared to sleep. When I mutter this, Misyr looked to be thinking carefully. Then, I have a present from the Demon King, so that you may have sweet dreams. He beckons me over, and when I come right before his eyes, he spins me around, turning my back to him, then... Here goes! When Misyr says this, a familiar sound rings out. following that. Oh. Playing the keys. A familiar light floats up in our surrounding area. Of course, I wouldn't forget it. This beautiful keyboard of light is... This is what you used back on Amasaki Island to close the wormhole. That's right. Although this time it has no special effect. I just recreated the shape to make sound. True, as Misyr said. When he presses his fingers, light dances about. Beautiful tones play out in colors, challenging the very beauty of our flowers. Such gorgeous sounds. Before I realize it, simple words like that waltzed off my lips. As I thought, listening again closely, Misyr's performance is beautiful. No. The melody playing out, as though sweeping away my unease. Far, far more than that time, I hear the gentle, dulcet tones. As I listen to it in enchantment. Oh hey, would you like to play together? At Misyr's sudden suggestion, I blinked my eyes. Wait, me? With this magic? Is it okay for me to touch it? It's fine, it's fine! As I said before, all this does is play sound. As he says this, Misyr takes my hand. Then, at his prompting, I touch the weightless keys of light. Oh. Wow. It reacts to my fingers and sound rings out with dancing lights. I can't help but smile at the spectacle. I am absorbed by it, playing my clumsy sounds over and over. As I do this, I'm glad you seem to like it. Misyr smiles as he says this, playing on another part of the keyboard. I wonder if he's trying to harmonize with me. My awkward tones don't obstruct his performance at all. Well, anyway, even a Demon King has his concerns. I want to be your strength, Katone. Right. Thank you, Misyr. No. As I thought, you... You aren't an evil Demon King. You're a kind Demon King. What? That gives me mixed feelings, as the last boss, of course. I've told you so many times. But you know, I'm a tyrant in the demon world, right? I abuse my despotic powers. Don't return to the castle until you've found my favorite coffee beans! Like that? So that's your image of my tyranny. From what I've seen of you, that's as extreme as you get, I imagine. As the two of us start laughing together. Our sweet duet beautifully resonates, rising high into the starry sky. That night, likely because I was immersed in a lingering memory of our beautiful harmony, I had no strange nightmares of those fissures or the arms. In fact, I was able to sleep with happy feelings. Well, it all goes wrong. Alright, next day. 1 week after the happy performance. No abnormal events of note happened, as though that fissure had just been a coincidence. My peaceful routine at Enchante had been happily reclaimed. Vivid sunlight fills the room. On a certain day, just past noon, as usual, sitting at a counter seat, looking down at a paperback book, yet kind of nodding off, a demon king half closes his eyes, looking like he could fall asleep at any second. On the opposite side of him, I grind coffee beans in a mill. Then, while slowly steaming them, I begin to gaze at him intently. Should I wake him, or let him sleep? Right when I'm hesitating on a decision, the book he's holding slips and falls, and his eyes open wide at the sound. Was I falling asleep? Yep, you looked really comfortable. Oof, a demon king dozing off? This is the reason why my subjects think I lack majesty? While he seems to be seriously concerned, I can't help but smile at him. He picks up his book, and as he sits, here you go. I present freshly brewed coffee to Misyr. He seemed puzzled. Of course, it's because I made it without him asking. I thought you might want to drink some if you happen to wake up. I tried preparing a blend. Oh, you really do know how I think so very well. I suppose I'll accept your generosity. Misyr lightly rubs his eyes, then after all, this is an original coffee, unique in the world, especially made by you, right? I couldn't give the honor of being the first to say such a wonderful thing to anyone else. After resolving the incident on Amasaki Island, what I made is a blend still in the trial stages. Afterwards, seeming to like it, he's ordered it many times and happily extends his hand. Misyr, after slowly enjoying the aroma, gently places his lips to the slightly bitter surface. Yes, it's delicious! The brewing process didn't lose the flavor. This is top shelf among all the greatest coffees I've ever had the honor of tasting. I see. There's still a lot of room to improve, so I was going to work on it more. But I'm still happy that you like it, Misyr. Oh, but top shelf? Does that mean it still isn't number one? I didn't mean that as a comparison, but well, yeah, that's about right. I suppose that means that the bar Grandpa said is still very high. I hear the path of coffee is a deep one. I wonder how many years of training it'll take to even reach his level. Since his is the bar I want to rise above, I think back to how Grandpa looked as he would brew his coffee. Oh, and just so you know, the coffee I like the most wasn't made by Swan. What? Really? I totally thought that was the case, so I'm pretty shocked. At my state, the Demon King chuckles. Well, it's not an issue of flavor. Most delicious does not equate to most preferred, in my opinion. While similar, they are totally different, no? Most delicious and most preferred. I suppose they're similar, yet now that I'm asking about it, the tone and the feeling behind it, they're both different. Not just coffee. But all favorite foods aren't purely determined by flavor. Where, when, and how you drink it, who you drink it with, who made it for you. When all these things come together, it just kind of happens. You encounter your greatest cup. Ah, I get it. That's true. While I might think of the food at a classy restaurant as delicious, the nostalgic food my mom made, eaten together with my family, it really means the world. Then, what are the conditions for coffee to become your favorite? That's a secret. What? It's unfair to just dodge the question like that. If you say like it's so profound, that makes me even more curious. Now, it wouldn't be very fun if I just told you the answer, would it? Also, lately it seems you've forgotten just how frightening I really am. I think I should be a little mean here to get my evil points to level up. He says that, but his face and tone and voice are nothing but kind. I don't feel a shred of ill intent. Isn't that a little too soft to get your evil points up? I say this, but these conversations are so fun. As me and the mischievous Demon King smile at each other across the counter. Oh, Ill, what's up? Of recollection. What? Wait, what? Without our noticing, Ill had come down from the second floor and was staring at us. Why did you just mention those guys? Ill? What's wrong? If you have an order, I'll take it. When we called to him, Ill cast his eyes down. No. You two just seem very happy. It's nostalgic. Yes. With the most beautiful expressions, you smiled at each other. I was simply captivated by that. I'll be returning to my room. I only came downstairs because I was curious about who had visited the shop. Ill's smile was a little different from usual, and the two of us tilt our heads. Then, after Ill returned to his room, as though taking his place, the entrance doorbell rings, announcing a new visitor. Misyr, it's Rindo. Oh, welcome, Rindo. Faster than I can greet him, Rindo briskly walks over to us. Then places his hand on the counter table in front of Misyr. Sorry for interrupting your coffee, but about this invasion matter, what are you even thinking? He's smiling, but Rindo's voice is full of force. What do you mean? In response to him, Misyr tilts his head in question. Puzzled by the difference in their tone, I can't help but interrupt. Rindo, what's this all of a sudden? Oh, sorry, I didn't even greet you. As if to explain the situation, Rindo pulls out his smartphone. Then holds the screen up to me. Shown in the middle of the map is the harbor area of Tokyo Bay. A coastal warehouse by Tokyo Bay. A wormhole opened in the area recently. This morning, non-humans came through it and started to occupy the surrounding area. Said there were demons from the demon world. Demons? That means... That's right. They're inhabitants of Mysyr's domain. More accurately, they're subordinates, yes? So I came here thinking that he would have more information about the situation at hand. But judging from his state, he doesn't seem to know. The demon world? You know, it's quite a large place. I have no knowledge of this matter. When Misyr shakes his head, I nod my head and continue. Also, I can't think of Misyr suddenly doing such a thing without a good reason. That's why I question Rindo. A group of demons probably acted on their own without Mysyr's consent, right? Isn't that more likely? To be honest, I think that line of thought is more likely. Besides, Misyr wouldn't use subordinates and would probably just start vandalizing a world on its own. Thanks for the slight, and also the trust. In reality, Misyr is the king who rules demons. The subordinates reflect the superior. Seems his custom of human society also applies to the demon world. And the superior, the demon king, is Misyr. I guess I have no choice. While I'm not enthusiastic about it, I'll take care of this matter. He finishes the little coffee he has left, and stands up, looking very annoyed. Leaving Enchante, driving at high speed in Rindo's car for a little under an hour. The rusty door of her rundown warehouse opens with a creaking sound. The smell of iron rusting from the sea breeze greets us as we step inside. Wait, why is Kotone here? Why didn't you stay at the cafe? So this is... the warehouse where the demons appeared? You just don't care about caution anymore, do you, girl? That's right. I hear this place was used to store katanas, unloaded on Tokyo Bay, but the company went bankrupt a while back. So, Mr. Demon King, do you sense your kind's presence? No, I don't sense anything like that yet. But before we get into that... Misyr turns around, looking at me with a complicated expression. Was it really necessary for Kotone to come along, right? That's what I'm asking. His view is exactly right. Yeah, I was kind of wondering myself, but he said as long as I don't leave your side. The one who allowed it, Rindo, looks around alertly and makes a bitter smile. Well, you know, she looked at me with those wide eyes that just screamed, I'm curious! For all your nagging, you fold when the slightest pressure comes your way. If it comes to worse, you're her shield, got it? Got that? I got it. Shaking his head and shrugging, Misyr starts walking again, and we go deeper into the warehouse. Then, after passing the shadow of a certain container, Misyr stops right in front of me. What? Misyr, what's wrong? Oh, the demons. I found them, but... Judging from Mysyr's stance, it's probably not dangerous. Me and Rindo then follow his gaze to... the little slimes. Are they giant fruit jellies? Without thinking, I mutter my impression of what I saw. Oh, they have eyes. The fruit jellies, question mark, turn to us in unison. Should I? Actually, I'll probably use the same voice I use for the fairies. They're so tiny.
Oh, they raided us. They humans that live here. You know, the natives. Well, we'll probably get smoked in a fight. The slime way is to just let them pass.
They speak. Which means they must be some kind of intelligent non-humans. Are these the demons we were searching for? They mentioned slime. Kind of like the slime monsters that appear in games and stuff, right? Slime, a common monster from RPGs. As gelatinous life forms of indeterminate shape, their strength varies based on the game they appear, though they are usually very weak, unless you're into some new isekais where there's suddenly a big surge of isekais where slimes are super powerful. True, the image of their appearance is much like that. So it was you guys? The ones who came from the demon world? Misyr asks in a disappointed way, then the slimes huddle together and start trembling.
No! Slimes aren't demons! We've never heard of the demon world! Don't just go accusing people of stuff! Slimes are just a type of pet! Totally normal and found in worlds everywhere! That's right! We're not preparing an invasion at all! Just leave us alone!
Sure. Alright, clearly you've come from the demon world to invade the human world.
How did you know?
Well, you know, you're not very good liars. During this conversation, Rindo has a doubtful look on his face and pats Misyr on the shoulder. So, Misyr, all these really demons don't seem very threatening at all. But they aren't even reacting to you. The Demon King himself? They must be countryside demons. We don't have photographs in the demon world, so a lot of folks don't even know my face. Ah, so that's who this? As though aiming to interrupt our conversation. A sharp cackle sound shaking the warehouse. Speaking for those worthless slimes, I apologize for the impoliteness, humans. While I would like to be more selective in personnel, the wormhole was much smaller than expected. Aside from me, who dislocated his shoulders to squeeze through, these soft bodies were the only ones who could come to this world. This voice, where's it coming from? I fervently look around then. On the stacked containers, I spot a single silhouette. Katone, get back just in case. Misyr immediately shields me behind his back, and right after... For some reason, the silhouette makes a valiant shout and leaps from the container. Oh. Wait, who is this? It lands magnificently, revealing his form. What appeared was a lone man. What? Dark brown skin and a sinister-looking tail. Protruding horns. We have a new character. Like, not a joke character like the slimes. Why is he handsome? This form is exactly like... a demon! Remaining hidden behind Misyr's back, I say this confidently knowing what it was. Oh. Wait, I should give a voice to him. What voice do I'm like running out of voices. Ha 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 ha! Exactly right. No, you guys would kill me if I do that. They gave him a southern drawl. Let's try a double pitch shift.
Ha 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 ha! Exactly right!
I have no idea how this is gonna sound.
Anyway, I'll let these slimes shut up now and explain everything myself. This warehouse is claimed by us demons as our beachhead to conquer the human world.
Beachhead. In a battle, this refers to an important position held on the front line for deeper advancement. What? Why is this? Who is this guy? He declares this so boldly. I'm lost for words. You're going to invade the human world from here? From this?
A fine reaction, human. Your fear is my nourishment.
From this little place? Yeah, it's a pretty tiny beachhead for invading an entire world. And he brought, what, 3 slimes? When he state our frank impressions, the man crosses his arms with a humbled face.
Indeed. To be honest, I thought it was a little small myself. And the human world is, well, a little bigger than I imagined. Yes, about 300 million times bigger.
What? Nani? Maybe you should make your estimates a little bigger when you form your invasion plans? Misyr makes an appropriate point, but the man laughs it off.
Ha! Regardless of how big the human world is, it is nothing before my overwhelming power. With all this said, you'll be my first prey. Now trample before my power. Submit while you still can, humans.
The man points his finger and finally takes a good look at us. At Misyr and Rindo. And finally, from behind Misyr's back, at me having poked my face out a little to talk. Wait, what's wrong? The moment he spots me. For some reason, the demon man opens his eyes wide and is lost for words. What is this? He's staring right at me. So, who exactly are you? You're not a slime. Are you the leader of the Demon King's army? One of the big 4? Unable to endure the silence, I ask him this, and the man's body stiffens instantly. I don't know what sounds he was making. I'm assuming he's coughing. After seemingly forced coughs, try to hide his discomposure.
Very well, I shall introduce myself. Listen in awe and be struck with fear. I am the one admired by all in the demon world.
Yes, and you're wide open. Quite literally, in a single stroke, Misyr snaps his finger, and right then, the man is blown away with an intense force right into the wormhole behind him.
What?
It engulfs the man's body, and he is sucked in with impressive speed. Alright, that's a hole-in-one right there. You slimes are up next.
Such brutality! going a little pale in fear. Being gallantly blown away is a good ending. This was for my granny back in the country. We fought to the very end, Granny!
The slimes form impressive parabolas as they soar through the air. I feel sorry, but it was kind of beautiful. They're all clowns, with all the demons blown safely back and through the wormhole. The warehouse had regained its peace, but... how should I put it? Invasion, occupation... not sure any word really describes what happened just now. Hey, Misyr. They were your subordinates, right? You blew them away pretty violently. It's fine, it's fine. Demons have really tough bodies. I'm sure that didn't even scratch them. Okay, if you say so. Afterwards, with the uproar resolved, we head back home. According to Rindo's contact and protocol, the warehouse wormhole will be monitored by the GPM until it closes. Then, after arriving home, we talked about what happened today to everyone gathered at the shop for dinner. You're saying that Misyr's lackeys tried to come and invade the human world without his permission?
As far as I heard, it seems these subordinates are quite unique and difficult to control. We act rather casually every day, yet it seems standing at the head of the demon world is quite difficult, Misyr.
Misyr, you can have this ice cream if you want. A present of gratitude from me. Cute! All of your eyes are warm with sympathy, especially with ill is being so considerate. Having received a plate of ice cream, Misyr mutters this with mixed feelings.
However, Misyr's subordinates, I do not believe he has ever spoken of such subjects before.
Wait, really? You mentioned that they're subordinates, but there are quite a number of them. But let's see. Say it simply. You can say it simply? They're all very unrestrained, that's all. That's way too simple. You're a shit king. But for someone who lives in such a dangerous world, they sounded rather amusing, didn't they? Dangerous? Ah, now that you mention it, during the party we had during the reopening, we touched on the demon world, didn't we? Observed Otherworld, XXXXX. Demon World, Asmodia. Losing its sun, the world is pitch black, and its land is illuminated by a dark moon. Its atmosphere is filled with miasma, with swamps of terrible poison welling about. The non-humans that live there are called demons, who are creatures of impulse and fight in endless bloody wars. That was the story. In other words, it's a fantasy world with lots of dangers, where you'd see swords and magic.
True, and according to the previous story, there were also heroes?
Yes, humans live in the demon world. The heroes born there sometimes raid the castle to try to defeat me. Let's see. Last generation's hero was pretty strong. I thought I was gonna die when he stabbed his holy sword right through my heart. Your heart? I'm struck speechless by the words that suddenly rushed from his mouth. A sword through your heart? Misyr, are you okay? I'm fine, I'm fine. That was a long time ago, and I fully healed. Don't worry. He says that so nonchalantly, but if it was just a little bit worse, Misyr would have died back then? After the conversation and finishing cleanup after dinner, while everyone has returned to their rooms or worlds, Alright, see you tomorrow! Thanks for the delicious coffee once again today. Yeah. See Misyr off as he returns to the demon world. I stand in front of the room with the gate. Return to the demon world, huh? Katone, is something wrong? You don't seem too cheery. Seems my inner thoughts appeared on my face. Misyr stops his feet as he enters the room and peers into my face. Are you worried about the demons from earlier today? I told you, they'll be perfectly fine. It's not that, if there was anything I was worried about, it's more like a someone. It's you, Misyr. Me? Yeah, Misyr? You always return to the demon world every day, right? Well, yeah, I have work to do there. About that, Misyr, you know how Il lives in the human world? Would you not be able to live here? What? Misyr suddenly freezes in place. Why are you asking me that? Still puzzled, he answers my question with a question. You know, earlier, I couldn't stop thinking about the story about how the hero almost killed you. If you go back to the demon world, doesn't that mean heroes and other people there try and target your very life? Yes, that's correct. But as you know, and all too very well, I am a demon king who's a very good cheater. I wouldn't lose so easily. But the chance of losing someday, it isn't zero, is it? Your heart was stabbed with a sword. You just told me that earlier. We're talking like it was just normal, but in 5 years or 10 years or after that, who knows if someday a hero will appear whose power exceeds Misyr's. That happens one day, suddenly. Something could happen to you in a place and I wouldn't even know it. One day you might stop coming to the shop forever. I just thought that I wouldn't like that. It's only a possibility. But just imagining it, my chest hurts a lot. It's agonizing. So, I was just wondering, I know you have work to do in the demon world, but you could borrow a room here and maybe start having your living quarters just be here. If he does that, the danger he's in would lighten a little. Wouldn't that just make it worse? Like, he'd be shirking his duties and probably, like, stir resentment. At my suggestion filled with my hope. I'm sorry. I just can't do that. Misyr quietly declines. His feelings of regret was clear upon his face. It was then that I realized I had made a very one-sided suggestion. I'm sorry. I was pushing this all on my own. Of course, in your position, you wouldn't be able to just make a decision like... No, that's wrong. That's not it. That's not it at all. Huh? There was an expression I'd never seen before on Misyr's face. As though he was suffocating, he grasps at his chest with his hand. I'm happy about your concern. If it was possible, it would be a great thing it would be the great thing I could ever imagine. But I'm lying to you. Lying? Seeming to actually hear the word I said, Misyr raises his head. Sorry, I need to get going. I need to lecture those demons from the warehouse today, too. Misyr? My words don't reach him. Misyr walks into the room with the gate inside. Then, while hearing the sound of the doorbell to another world ringing, I repeat the words said inside my head. What could he have meant by lying? And he said it with such tangible agony. Okay, back to the staticky world. With each brisk step, there's a rough feeling under my feet, as though fleeing from her words. Without looking back at the gate, I simply keep walking. Live at Enchante, huh? What Katone said was the sweetest temptation. Waking up in the morning with her there, like it's natural. We'd have silly chats all night. I'd be able to wish her good night before bed. I could go talk to her whenever I wanted to see her face. Things like that. It would be such a dream. I forget my position as Demon King and almost start nodding without thinking. As if to admonish my foolish thoughts, a strong wind slaps my face. Yeah, I know. I know it very well myself. Even if I didn't come back here tomorrow and started living in Enchante, all that would lie ahead would be tragedy. My chest begins to hurt when I recall the face Katone made when I refused. If I could only tell her the reason why I can't. But I can't even do that. In the end, I'm just a liar. That's all. But it's been fine. Everything's so far. To her, I visit the shop each and every day. And I take my time to enjoy a cup of coffee. I go home at night, just as an eccentric regular of hers. That's all. If I wish for more than that, I would certainly be punished for it. As long as I can watch her live a happy life at Enchante, that's all I should ever need. Like hearing little bits from the prologue here and there. The footfalls on the staircase resound and vanish with each step through the room. The hand of the clock is already past 1, but sleep has yet to find me today. Getting into bed and closing my eyes, or even putting on sleepwear, is too much. I set my feet into the shop, thinking I might be able to sleep after having a warm drink. I brewed some decaffeinated coffee, and after wrapping my hands around the warm and steaming cup, some decaf. Coffee that with the stimulant caffeine removed. It is also called by terms like caffeine-free or decaf. I sit down in Misyr's usual chair. Maybe I unconsciously picked that one because I've been thinking about him a lot. Phew. That was way too much, too fast. Want to live here? Ugh, to ask that. While reflecting on my verbal gaffe, I stare at the surface tension in my cup. Il doesn't want to go to the heavenly world and just lives here completely. But Canis and Ignis often stay the night if it gets too late. That's why. I might have been misunderstanding things a little. This was a place for them to be, but another place was where they were needed most. Misyr and everyone, they're all just customers after all. Everyone has their own world to return to. They have lives that I don't know about. Thinking about it again, it's a little sad. As I worry about such things, the bottom of the cup becomes visible. Maybe I'll be able to sleep now. I return behind the counter to clean up after myself. A rather worn old coffee cup at the edge of the shelf catches my eye. Oh, this is Mysyr's. You said it was really important. It's my own personal mug, I guess. Some people have bowling balls, dart sets, but I have a mug. As a self-proclaimed coffee fanatic, I'm particular about drinking vessels, too. It looks just like an ordinary mug to me, but is it actually really expensive? Well, if it cracked, the world would be annihilated by this demon lord's rage. What? I'm just kidding, but still, it's something precious to me. Seeing how he entrusts such a cherished item to me. That should say how much Misyr trusts me, at least, but... I'm happy about your concern. If it was possible, it would be the great thing I could ever imagine. But I'm lying to you. What could he mean by lying? Why did Misyr make such an agonized face at the time? Such a face was a first for the Demon King, who always wore a smirk. I wonder if the time he'll feel like talking about this will ever come. As I think of this, I extend my hand to the cup and touch it. Then... Oh god. Wait, a wormhole inside the cafe. The sound of something cracking. Not the cup, I hope. At first I thought I had cracked the coffee cup, but I was wrong. It wasn't the cup, but its surroundings. Like before at Amasaki Island. Katane, go get help. Knock on Il's door. Something. And the other day in front of this shop. The same sudden occurrence. A crack in space. Huh? I couldn't understand what happened. My body's stuck. I have nowhere to run. Before I knew it, the fissure was in front of my eyes, opening 10 centimeters in width. Strong winds blow from it, brushing against my cheek. What? Inside the crack. Oh, it's Purple World. I could faintly see land stretching endlessly. I thought it was a desert for a moment, but what's piled up isn't sand. It's ash. At the very least, there's nothing in the area I can see. Just dry wind blowing against the land. In the middle of this sad world, I spot a figure. Due to the blowing ash, I can't quite make out the form, but seems the figure has spotted my existence. Much like a child who had just learned to walk, the figure. The young man staggers his way over and approaches. Oh. Who are you? It's the white-haired Misyr? The answer to my question sounds like a groan or a cry. Is he unable to speak? The young man still vibrates his throat, looking at me through the fissure. High bridge of the nose and beautiful eyes. Hair with some peculiarity. That form. Reminds me of someone I know well. So without thinking... Misyr? When I call this out... Wait, he's crying. Tears flow down the young man's cheek. Then... As though tearing at the fissure of space, he suddenly extends an arm. What? Reflexively, I take a step back, and the arm doesn't reach me, but... Nelly. Found. Finally. Finally! He extends his hand towards me again. But he's blocked by the closing fissure. Finally found. Only his voice slips into the shop, and the unknown man vanishes along with the fissure like mist. What was that just now? No. Who was he? That. All right. Wait, where are we at? Oh, Dromi. We're in the GPM.
Hey, Dromi's special delivery. One human coming right up.
Why, if it isn't Dromi? Did you find another human lost in Bestia via wormhole? Sorry for all the trouble. I'll contact the rescue team and get them working on identification.
No need to worry. I couldn't sleep well at night if I left them to die.
I see, yes. Ever since you started cooperating with Bestia's research. Dealing with problems like this has become much smoother. It's very helpful. Isn't that right, Ku? Dromi being helpful. Wait, what sort of alternate world is this?
I'm just glad to help. But lately, doesn't it seem like there's a way more lost people around? Like, as far as I know, this is maybe the third one this month. I mean, my world isn't really the most touristy location out there, you know?
About that. The frequency of wormholes opening in Bestia and the human world has increased greatly, strangely enough. As soon as they're detected, we deploy teams to deal with them, but it's become more than we can handle.
Wormholes, huh? In Bestia, wormholes are an everyday thing. But Why is it just humans that fall out of them and nobody else?
Is that really the case?
Yep. As far as I know, there hasn't been a single demon or fairy or angel popping up in our neck of the woods.
That's the very first I've heard of this. I should alert the higher-ups, just in case. Thank you for the information, Dromi. I have work to do, so I'll get going now.
Could all of our wormholes opening up right now just lead straight to the human world? You know, in that case, I could make really good use of them. Meh. But at the same time, I kinda have this totally bad feeling.
Okay. Nia, what did you just say? Part of Yggdrasil has perished. It happened suddenly in an area where a small-scale wormhole opened along the eastern edges. Impossible! Is this some sort of mistake? If something were to happen to Yggdrasil, my body and the other fairies... Unfortunately... No, this is a truly joyous occasion. I want to confirm it myself, and it actually has died. To be more precise, it hasn't just died. It's more appropriate to say that it vanished. Vanished? Yes. A part of Yggdrasil has disappeared, as though it was gouged out. However, no fairies had witnessed this occurrence directly. As such, the details remain unknown. If part of the world tree died without it going to a rage, there are no problems for now. But I doubt such good fortune will suddenly fall upon us. This wormhole, there is something eerie about it. I agree. Hopefully the damage will remain restricted to the cursed world tree. Wait, you're going to God? Everyone's here!
My lord, I bring a report. The wormhole that occurred a short time ago has annihilated the temple in Sector 12. 3 angels attending the temple were lost. Recovery is expected to be impossible.
I have also confirmed the total loss of their life signals. This wormhole and the others currently threatening the heavenly world are all unmistakably of the same type.
Then...
Affirmative. As of now, measures against these wormholes take the highest priority. The Salvation Project will be paused. Well, that's good. Also, depending on how this progresses, understanding the risks, I shall consider the forcible recovery of that individual. Not for the Salvation Project, but in preparation to deal with the threat beyond these wormholes.
As you wish, my god.
We just have all the villains. We're in chapter 2. So much is going on. It wasn't too long of a chapter. They just threw a lot of things at us. Alright, well... It sounds like we're gonna be a little bit more upbeat in chapter 2. Alright, well, anyway, I hope you had a fun time with this. There's a lot to think over. We met a new character. Although they didn't give us the name. We met some slimes. We met a white version of Misyr. I'm just gonna call him Misyr Blanche for now. And Yeah, we'll see where this is all going. It looks like everyone's gonna get involved in this route. We have characters like Solitis who weren't like revealed until like Ill's route. Dromi. I guess Dromi's gonna not do bad things this time. It sounds like if it's too much trouble, it sounds like he just won't do it. And then Venia. Venia's cool. Even though she tried to kill us, she's still cool. Anyway, I hope you guys had a fun time with this, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.